into the daylight. Telling them all that yesterday's price is not the same price. Eating up what's for breakfast, I can tell you what it tastes like. Wake up and I see red and I still don't got no brake lights. Yeah, feeling super fly. I look in the mirror, see ambition in my eyes. Got more than one formula, they love the way I drive. Yeah, I've been apprised, there's no need to be surprised. Baby, I'm a go-getter, go-getter. Yeah, you better go figure, go figure. Baby, I'm a go-getter, go-getter. Yeah, you better go figure, go figure. Try and get a big stack in my bag. Boy, you know I'm getting to it, it's like that. Try and get a big stack in my bag. Yeah, you know I'm getting to it, it's like that, like that. Hey, never feeling the pressure, please not at all. I walk in when it's crunch time, leaves in the fall. Woman on me, only hit my name on a roll call. It's like there is no ground beneath my feet, I got no flaws. Still humble, but just don't get it confused. You know who I am, there's no need to introduce. I am one of one, they can't stand it, but it's true. Sicker than the average, ain't no challenge that's immune. Baby, I'm a go-getter, go-getter. Yeah, you better go figure, go figure. Baby, I'm a go-getter, go-getter. Yeah, you better go figure, go figure. Try and get a big stack in my bag. Boy, you know I'm getting to it, it's like that. Try and get a big stack in my bag. Yeah, you know I'm getting to it, it's like that, like that. Big stack, big stack in my bag. It's like that, like big stack, big stack in my bag. Into it, like that, like.
It's Madden NFL 24, and we've got the latest chapter of a historic rivalry. It's the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers, and it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Acrisure Stadium on the north shore of the Steel City, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, kickoff moments away. Quickly, what are you watching in this one?
The offensive line for both teams, because both teams have a terrific pass rush. They've got to keep their passers upright. If they have a chance to do that, they can both thrive on offense and move the ball downfield.
Two hard-hitting blue-collar franchises, one of the better rivalries going. The Ravens and Steelers are underway. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by their highly decorated quarterback, Aaron Rodgers.
There have been very few quarterbacks in the NFL who have been as consistent throughout their career as Aaron Rodgers. He's been good for so long, and we've seen no decline in his skills. His accuracy and arm strength continue to elevate the talent around him, and his in-game mistakes, few and far between.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw caught here by Metcalf. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
4 yards the pickup, first down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensive. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball. Sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
And they'll run for the first time with Najee Harris. Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's second down.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
Again, it's Harris on second down. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Well, at that rate, picking up 3 yards a carry, you and I both know that doesn't cut it in this league and trying to... Unless you're playing 4-down football. Then that's a whole different situation. But I don't think that's what they're trying to do here. 3rd and 4, though, is still manageable.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. But they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go that sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Well, whatever script they put together for this offensive drive, Charles, seems to be working. I'm curious to see if this defense will make any adjustments here.
Things certainly going according to plan, aren't they? I mean, the way they're advancing the football, it's like they're on the practice field having one of their better days. But instead, it's game day, and they're moving the ball downfield with purpose.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
2nd and 10. Harris running straight ahead, and he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Pat Freiermuth, 39 yards. And the Steelers will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Right off the bat, they start with a very solid, methodical 10-play drive.
And you know me, I tend to look at things from the defensive side. They're coming off the field gassed right away. We're in the first drive of the game. So it's not just what happened, but think of the emotion you carry into a game, then double it with getting a 10-play drive put on you and points scored. They're pretty tired right now.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
Early part of his career, defenses really had to focus on his running ability, and they still do. But now, he's turned himself into a true dual-threat quarterback. When he plants his cleats in the ground and turns it loose, good things happen downfield.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Now it's Jackson. That ball is the tight end. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 15 more yards there, and quickly another first down. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
A shotgun handoff to Mitchell. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 15-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. A first down carry for Henry. And he stopped immediately there. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say, those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
And they run the option on second down. Reed there as he's going to go down immediately. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. On third down, Henry. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Henry will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Well, I think Josh Norman can sympathize. He knows a little something about a run like this from Derrick Henry. I mean, that stiff arm might be the best in the business.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. We'll see that Josh Norman play forever and ever, won't we? Because at Derrick Henry's size, 6'3", nearly 250, you know he's not shying away from contact. And here he just kept the defender at arm's length as he barreled his way into the end zone. I mean, just put that arm into the chest, and there he goes.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7.
Just Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Taken at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate. Defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Partner, we've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series, but they're definitely settling in now and letting it be known that points won't come so easy again.
On is the punter, Johnston now, as he sends this one away. On the return, Hardy. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Finding room at midfield and finally brought down at the 43. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Jackson to throw. That's another incomplete to Mitchell. And he'll go out of bounds after getting a little further down inside the 40. 38 now. Here's a 2nd down and 4. Off the option, here's Henry. The solid stiff arm. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
This 2nd and 4.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the Steelers.
And he slings one that's incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And I don't think he got there. No. He's short by maybe a foot. Maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
A gain of 4 yards. It's now 4th down.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. Jackson will keep it. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. A wall of bodies there. Nowhere to burrow through the line on the quarterback sneak. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out. Anytime they think they've got him open beyond the markers, you know they're going to throw it his way. And that's not going to change even after that incompletion was forced.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They've got it as we resume action. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. Throwing now is Rodgers. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him to first.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
49-yard line.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Rodgers' throw brought in by Austin. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 35. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
On the give, this is Harris. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Rodgers going to throw. This is caught. And in for the Steelers touchdown. DK Metcalf from 21 yards away. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open to the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on fourth down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a fourth down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. Fourth down.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to take extra blocks and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
One as they'll wind up going backwards. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. A quick throw out to Wilson. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now 21-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. That this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on fourth down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
There on the tackle, Minkah Fitzpatrick. Here's a 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5.
They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. A solid gain of 7 yards that time on the keeper and a first down. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 49-yard line. A shotgun handoff to Henry. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
On second down, here's Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
On third down, Jackson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. If you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On first down, Rodgers. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. And again, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Rodgers. Now throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Good coverage yet again down here by the goal line. Everyone's blanketed, and he's forced to throw it away and try and come up with something on third down.
Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Steelers take a 3-touchdown lead in the second quarter, and already his second touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets. And I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football is certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who touched the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it, and if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
On second down, here's Henry. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Here is 3rd and 5. Now it's Jackson. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Normally, I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on 4th down.
Oh, they should have already said punt it. Punt it. Head coach already made that decision.
4th down. Here's Jackson. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Rodgers now to throw. A quick throw there is incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
And the Steelers are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. Understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 28-14.
Ravens 14. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And Patterson not going to return this. It'll come out to the 25. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2nd and a couple.
At the 44-yard line.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Wilson. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down. Ravens 38 line. The Steelers able to pick up. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Got a man, it's Patterson complete. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Another completion right back to Patterson. Gave a glimpse of his power that time. And then brought down at the 30. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense. This time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. 1 second, all that remains. That one into the hands of Hopkins downfield. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
I know this defense knew it coming into the game, Charles, and they know it even more now. DeAndre Hopkins is a tough cover.
And anytime you see him out there and there's less than double or triple teaming him, take a shot with him. Just what you're talking about. If he's one guy's not going to get it done, throw the ball out there, let him go get it.
Tucker with the extra point, and that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute. We'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, BG, thanks very much, and welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports Halftime Report. We got an excellent first half from the former MVP Aaron Rodgers. He was on point repeatedly, ultimately finishing with 4 touchdown passes in those first 2 quarters alone. With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. On the return, Deontay Hardy. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Raven offense set to start this third quarter. And Charles, they trail here, though not really the fault of this offense.
No, they certainly did their part in the first half. But when you're in a shootout like this, you definitely want your defense to play better, but you know that's out of your control. All you can do Keep putting points on the scoreboard and keep giving your defense opportunities to make stops.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Jackson. He finds Bateman over the middle. Loose inside the 30. Rashad Bateman. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman, 78 yards. And the Ravens have cut it back within a score. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is down to a field goal.
Ravens 28. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. No return here for Patterson, so they'll begin things at the 25-yard line. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your teams. To do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That'll put him right at 99 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Rodgers now on first down. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. It's 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
They hand this off to Harris. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll run with Patterson. Able to push his way through. And he will have it. The Steelers first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
That's good for us Steelers. First down. 1st and 10 at the 40.
Now Rodgers. Here's a diving catch right side. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down.
I felt that one all the way up here. How about that big man laying out and making that catch?
Yeah, that wasn't a 180-pound wideout. That was a tight end. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. A strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 40 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. And this is incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an out-of-boy there on first down? Got his hand in. Away.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers on the bootleg. Shaping the pressure right. And he'll... Here, still a little shy of the first down marker. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on 3rd down, and he left no doubt. Throwing that one away.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Here's Rodgers. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Aaron Rodgers on fire. His 5th touchdown pass of the ball game. And the Steelers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point now by Boswell. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that one a long 11-play drive. And in the end, Calvin Austin touchdown grab finished the drive off. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line. And the Ravens taking the field. They did what they had to do to start this 3rd quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down. And this time he won't even make it back to the line of scrimmage as they stop him in his tracks. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Jackson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Jackson to Bateman there for the Baltimore first.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Jackson going to keep it running right. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
Inside handoff, Henry. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll run. It's Henry. And he's going to have a Ravens first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more, this time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense to get it done.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Here's Jackson to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
He'll buy some time right, and he wisely will throw that one away.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
Now the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Now, meanwhile, they go. Down, and my goodness, incomplete. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They're going to start to drive here on the ground with Patterson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running, extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
On play action, now Rodgers. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
And the Steelers, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48.
To throw, it's Rodgers. This one into the hands of Metcalf. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Now 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Rodgers. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Trenton Simpson, well, he just flew in there to drop him. So here's a 3rd and 14. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Targeting the out route, and he completes this to Metcalf. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens. Needing 13, they got 14 on 3rd down. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Now a play fake. Rodgers. He finds Austin complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 13-yard line.
Rodgers throwing quickly out wide. And the Steelers are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Rodgers now to throw. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. DK Metcalf, his 2nd touchdown of the night. Steelers are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Ravens 28.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Now Hardy on the return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
9 yards, and that leaves them just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
A gain of 10 brings up 3rd and inches.
They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays. Brought down. Can't do it. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And it'll be a turnover on downs. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Catch is made by Metcalf. Touchdown! DK Metcalf. 28 yards as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the fourth quarter after that one, CD. And, well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
This fielded right at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The offense for the Ravens returns to the field. And last time, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
A gain of 4. It's now second and
On
6.
second down, here's Jackson.
7-yard line.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Again, Jackson. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Now on fourth down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And that will force a turnover on downs. Now Harris. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 51 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They run again with Harris. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. That was Travis Jones working his way through and sticking him behind the line. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Harris running straight ahead. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
To throw is Rodgers. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Here's Freiermuth again. And in for the Steelers, touchdown. Pat Freiermuth, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Steelers start to open this lead even wider here in the 4th. So they get the tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Boswell for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the drive there took as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. Under center is a 6'2", 225-pound signal caller, Aaron Rodgers.
I remember watching him in college and seeing a guy that you knew had great potential, but I don't know that anyone knew that we would see how he would blossom as an NFL player who will go down as one of the all-time great quarterbacks. Can make every throw from every angle with terrific mobility, and he knows how to win games, always in contention for a championship.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw caught here by Metcalf. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Rodgers' throw complete to Freiermuth. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Now Rodgers. That is caught. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 35. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he lost the football. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 half. So this will be blown dead. And it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. And he'll complete this to Patterson. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. And again, it's Rodgers. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Well, that drive felt like it took up an eternity. We finally have some action on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but plenty of action prior to, because that drive took up all the first quarter before we spilled into the second, and finally, points were registered.
On the other sideline, they're chomping at the bit just to get the football. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
And his task in this situation is making sure that his team knows that there's a sense of urgency, yet somehow still stays calm. Because your natural impulse, your first possession is not until the second quarter, is you got to attack right away. Throw something big at them right away. Yeah, you got to move the ball, but maybe be a little bit careful in doing so.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything in coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take what you can get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
3rd and 4. Jackson now. Steps away to his left.
He's got his target. That's complete.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Over the middle, complete. That's Mitchell. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
2nd and 6.
To throw again is Jackson.
That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. Oh, he's brought down. And remember, here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. On the left hash, officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing at the break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board. Give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away.
So we've reached halftime. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. The Ravens set to receive the football trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game.
Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer.
A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack.
It's now 2nd and 19 at the 43-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the fourth.
Jackson.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
A big play needed, no doubt. 3rd and long. Now Jackson.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going. I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to want. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this defense will take over right at midfield.
We got to have two hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And good.
What you mean you don't know how I'm stepping? What you mean you don't know what I'm repping? I'm good in my hood like they call me the blessing. You jacking my side, you gotta come and check in. After we get hectic, don't let me slide up on you.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got the latest chapter of a historic rivalry. It's the Pittsburgh.
Two hard-hitting blue-collar franchises, one of the better rivalries going. The Ravens and Steelers are underway.
And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25.
So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by the former Cal Bear, Aaron Rodgers.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
First carry for Najee Harris.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be third down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Here's Rodgers to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. Down to the 10. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. 70 yards. And the Steelers are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
But no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25. Number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
And he remains the league's premier rushing threat and one of the biggest playmakers among quarterbacks. His goal each and every season, continue to expand his game as a passer and become well-rounded. All those highlight reel plays you see, they come off the fact that he can run it, throw it, and scares defenses every time he takes a snap.
And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 3rd and 2. Here's Jackson.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Oh, he stays up. And he's got this down to the 35. First down now, but that clock rolling. Throwing is Jackson. Flushed out right. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one just shy of the 20. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Jackson.
There's Flowers. He's got it. Touchdown, Ravens.
A 22-yard touchdown ground.
And the Ravens are on the board here in the final minute of the first half.
I don't think it's any secret to know what they were saying before the start of this drive. Let's go and punch one in the end zone and go into the halftime feeling a heck of a lot better about ourselves. Let's go get this done.
Yeah, tie things up, and then you got a brand new ball game.
Tucker with the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach half.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here is the kick away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Clock at 20 seconds to go in the half as they come up 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard.
So, you sure you're ready for the third quarter? Need to use a bathroom or anything? All right, cool. Let's go. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Yeah, they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A big play to start them out. As he will finally slide to the hole. Now a timeout called for by the defense. A first down carry for Henry. That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5. 2nd and 5. Now it's Jackson. Looking for the out route. He's got his hand. It's Mitchell. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to 5 on a pickup of 5. Back now in Baltimore. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. 2nd down, goal to go. They'll give Henry another shot. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
From the 4 now, 3rd and goal. Henry, touchdown, Baltimore.
And this is a time of game where offensive lines can really dictate a team's fortunes. It's been a tough battle. They've been out there for a long time. But this was a question of who can wear down who. And that's excellent work to put a long drive together and finish it with a touchdown run to take the lead.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25. This is 1st and 10. Rodgers to throw. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. This defense not going to lag back. They come with pressure that time, force him out of the pocket, and the incompletion.
And so many times when you're watching a game, you're seeing the offense doing all the dictating. In this case, the defense said, we're dictating the terms, and turned it loose towards him.
This ball intercepted. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you're going to win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore.